Okay. Me. Okay. Quick 3.1 video. 18 questions. Should be done before 12 because of Jum'ah. Anyway, they gave you f of x and they're asking what's f prime of 10. So okay, first we have to find f prime of x. How do we find that? We just derive, right? 3 times 3, 9x, reduce exponent by 1 becomes squared. 2 times 2, 4, so 4x because you reduce the exponent by 1. 1 times 5 is 5, reduce the exponent by 1, there's no more x. 202, it doesn't get derived because the constant derivative of a constant is 0. هلا we want f prime of 10, so we just substitute 9 times 10 squared plus 4 times 10 plus 5, so it should be 900 plus 4, 945. Okay, do this step on a calculator, please, no? But this step, integral calculators should not be allowed for this exam. They'll be strict about it since it's a periodic, so make sure you know how to derive and solve without the شو اسمه, the derivative function on your calculator. Okay, for question 2, given f of x is this, what is equal to f prime of 0.25? Okay, let's derive this. Oh, she's going to be 1 over x squared times x to the power of 1 over 2, because radical x is x to the half, right? There's going to be 1 over x to the power of 3 over 2, because 2 plus 1 over 2 is 3 over 2. You know, when you multiply exponents, you add them, right? So this is going to go up to become x to the power of minus 3 over 2. So when you derive this, if this is the first step, you're not allowed to have exponents in your denominator. So شو بنعمل؟ هلا we derive it normally. So we take minus 3 over 2 down, and we reduce the exponent by 1. Minus 3 over 2 minus 1 should be minus 5 over 2. Okay, so they're not asking for the final answer, they just want you to substitute 0.25 into that answer, right? So let's put minus 3 over 2, and we're going to put 0.25 to the power of minus 5 over 2. I did something wrong. Yeah. Sorry. 2 plus 1 over 2 is not 3 over 2, it's 5 over 2. Let me erase this. 2 plus 1 over 2 is 5 over 2. I don't know how I got 3 over 2. Now you take it up, and you're going to get, it's x to the power of minus 5 over 2. So you're going to get minus 5 over 2, x to the power of minus 7 over 2. So now let me fix this. It should be minus 7 here. Go here. And this should be minus 5. Yeah, you get 320, guys. Okay. This is the curve, okay, the equation of the normal. They want the equation of the normal at x equals 1. So remember what's the steps are. We know how to find the tangent. The normal, there's just an extra step. First is to find your point, right? I always tell you find this first, then find the slope by doing f prime of x is equal to 0, and then do y equals mx plus b, right? Okay. Find your point. What's our point? We want to see I have x equals 1. At x equals 1, what is the y? I always need to find my point. They gave me x equals 1. Let me plug it in. You have 1 squared plus 0.5 times 1 plus 3. So my point is 1 comma 3. So خلاص, we found the first one. We can take our first step. Find the slope. How do you find the slope? You equate your derivative to 0. What's y prime or f prime of x equal to? 2 times minus 0.5 is minus 1. X, because you reduce the exponent by 1, plus 1 times 0.5 is 0.5, and 3 does not get direct. Okay, let's plug in x equals 1. To find the slope, you equate it to 0, right? So f prime of x. Wait, no, sure. This is to find stationary point. What am I saying? Sorry. You put f prime of x. You just substitute the x you have, right? Remember to find the slope. Sorry, I mixed up. So you want to find f prime of x at that x, right? Find the slope at that x. So we just substitute 1. So minus 1 times 1 plus 0.5. So you get minus 0.5. Okay, so the slope is minus 0.5. Then نحنا, we know, are we finding the slope of the tangent or the normal? Find the slope of the normal. Normal means perpendicular line. So إذا عندك التangent هيك, then this is the tangent t. The normal would be the one perpendicular, right? And the one perpendicular means the slope of the normal is equal to 1 over the slope of the tangent. Sorry, Ya Allah. The slope of the normal is equal to -1 over the slope of the tangent. Remember this? This is very important, guys. This is grade 7 math, huh? So find the slope of f prime of x at that x. We know it's -0.5, but since we're looking for a normal, there's an extra step. We want the perpendicular slope. So what do? -1 over -0.5. You get 2. So now we found the slope. It's 2. Y equals mx plus b. So we're going to substitute our y and our slope, وكل شيء, right? What's our y? Our y is 3. So 3 equals m, the slope, 2 times the x, 1. And we need to find b, right? So you're going to get b equals, if you solve this equation, you get 1. Okay, so that means my equation is y equals the slope 2, x plus b, which is 1. Okay, so to recap, أول شي find your x and y coordinate because you're going to need it later and I don't want you to go back all the way. Okay, so for أول شي find your x and y. Sometimes it's already given up. The second step is to find the slope. So by just plugging in your x into your f prime of x, into your derivative, and you get the slope. And in the case of them wanting the normal, you take that slope and you put -1 divided by that slope. And then the last step is just plug in y equal mx plus b. Question 4. Is this question 4 or question 3? Question 4. Okay. Here they want the equation of the tangent. Same steps. First, find your xy, your point, which is given, so we finished the first step. Second is find the slope by doing f prime of x. When I mean f prime of x, it means substitute x that you have into your f prime or derivative. And I like calling it f prime of x because you're gonna use f prime of x a lot in grade 12. It's more professional. It's more it's better. The third step we know is y equal mx plus b. So I'm not gonna write these steps all the time. Memorize them. Okay, it's tangent, so we don't need to do -1 over slope. So let's see. Find your point given. Now we find the slope in f prime of x. Oh, actually, let's find what is f prime of x equal to. So substitute 2 times x and minus 3, right? I'm going fast with derivatives because at this point everyone should know how to derive. Okay, 2 times x, reduce exponent by 1, minus 1 times 3, reduce exponent by 1, no more x. Okay, now we want to substitute now our x value into f prime of x, which is 3. So f prime of 3, which is 2 times 3 minus 3, which is 3. So slope is equal to 3. Step 2 done. Step 3, substitute everything into y equals mx plus b, right? Y 0. Slope 3. X 3 plus b, you get b equals -9 because you take this to the left. Okay, you know how to solve the equation. So we get this y equals mx plus b. M is the slope we found is 3. B we found is -9. So this is your equation, 3x minus 9. Okay. The point on the curve at which the gradient is -12. Okay. When we say gradient is -12, that means f prime of x equals how much? -12. Gradient means slope. What did we say the slope is? It's when you substitute that x value, you get that number. You get the slope. So f prime of x equals -12. Let's see. So let's يعني I'm saying f prime of x equals -12. That means I need to find f prime of x, right? Let's derive this. 3 times x, 3x, reduce exponent by 1 squared, minus 1 times 12 is -12. Reduce exponent by 1 ماشي في x, so هيدي 5 doesn't get derived. We need to equate this to -12. What do we get? 3x squared equals 0, x squared equals 0, x equals 0. There you go. Okay, and they're saying the point, not the x. The point, and what do you need? Y value. So we go up to our curve. Please don't substitute into your derivative. Derivative is not the curve. Derivative is a line. It's sorry, not a line. It's the rate of change. We don't care about that. When I take the 0, I substitute into my original y. So you're gonna get so you can see it clearer. 0 cube minus 12 times 0 plus 5. So it's 5. Okay, 0 comma 5. Question 6. I'll go a bit quicker. I will not finish this recording in one sitting. What is the gradient at x equals 2? How do you find the slope at x equals 2? بسرعة. F prime of the x. So in this case 2. Right? So let's see here. Let's find f prime of x. F prime of x is equal to 4 times 6 is 24. X reduced by 1, so it becomes cube. 1 times -5 is -5. Reduced by 1, you're not going to have x anymore. Substitute 2 24 times 2 cube minus 5. You should get 187. 8 times 24, 32 minus 5. Yeah, you're gonna get 187. Guys, please make sure you know these questions because I'm certain that you're gonna get a few. It's 100%. At least 3 or 4. She's gonna be kind because they're very easy questions. What is the gradient? If y equals this, then y prime equals what? Okay. أول شيء, some people they're gonna see they're gonna panic. I mean, you have x up, you have x down. You might use quotient rule, but uh, can you simplify this? You can easily simplify this. There's no need to use quotient rule. You can factor out x cubed at the top. You can get 2x to the power of 5 minus 3x to the power of 3 plus x over x cubed. Cancel, cancel. So what are you left with? Y is equal to 2x to the power of 5 minus 3x cubed plus x. Can you derive this? Of course you can. 5 times 2, 10. Reduced by 1, x to the 4. 3 times minus 3, minus 9. Reduced by 1, x squared. 1 times 1, it's 1. Reduce x by 1, mash vx. This is your derivative. Okay? Very, very easy, guys. If y equals this, then y prime equals what? Here, you have products, right? You have this times this. Honestly, you can use product rule. You can use u prime v plus v prime u. That's completely fine. But let me see. You know what? Yeah. Let's use this. And no, if you want, you can expand it all, right, and then derive it. But I'm gonna use this because you're gonna need it later. Okay, I'm gonna use it because you need it later. So I'm just gonna start doing it from now. 2x cubed plus 1. The derivative of the first one. 3 times 2, 6. Reduced by 1, x squared. 1 doesn't get derived, so u prime is 6x squared. Times v, so you just take 5x squared plus 3. Plus v prime u. V prime, 2 times 5, 10. Reduced by 1 comes x. 3 doesn't get derived, no. V prime times u, so you take 2x cubed plus 1. For those who don't understand, this is my u, this is my v. All of this. Okay? طيب. Now you can easily just expand this. 6x squared times 5x squared is 30, x to the power of 4, and 18. 6 times 3, 18, x squared, plus 10 times 2 is 20, x to the power of 4, 10 times 1, 10x. Okay, so we can 30 plus 20 gets you 50, x to the 4, plus 18, x squared, 94. It's 18x squared plus 10x, and it's the same answer you have over here. Do one more question before I start. If y equals this, and what is y? Okay, very easy. 3 times 5. We want to derive this. The simplest application of derivatives. Reduce exponent by 1. 2 times minus 8, 16. X reduced by 1. 1 times 7 is 7. Reduced by 1 mash vx. 4 doesn't get derived. You get this, guys. Actually, I'll do one more question. And then I'll pause my recording. Oh. Okay. This is this question. I remember this question. This is radical. This is radical 2 over 5, right? I want you to like think of this like this. Whenever you have a number and beside it and you're trying to derive, especially with these big ones, put the number on the side and put the x on the side, right? You have x down, so it's gonna be 1 over radical x because it's in the denominator, right? 1 over radical x, what is it equal to? Remember, I don't like having radicals or stuff in the denominator. So I'm going to change it to 1 over x to the power of half, right? And you still have this 2 over 5 over here. This is going to become, take it up, you're just going to have radical 2 over 5 here, times x to the power of minus half. Now, I can derive this easily. You know, if you have a number times x, the derivative will be that number times that number, and then reduced by 1. So it's going to be minus half times radical 2 over 5 times x to the power reduced by 1 minus 3 over 2. So let's kind of like fix this up a bit. You can have minus 1 over 2 times radical 2 over 5 times 1 over this is going to be radical since it's always shit, how do I say it? You know what, let me not put the radical. Let me make the power positive first. okay? And this is equal to, when you have 2 down, it's going to be a square root. Always, the numerator goes, let me multiply, 1 over radical. The denominator is the index, so 2, yani square root. And then 3, the numerator of the power, always goes inside. Okay, you can simplify this. You're going to get minus 1 over 2 times radical 2 over 5 times 1 over x cubed is radical x squared times x, right? So it's going to be minus 1 over 2 times radical 2 over 5 times. What is radical x squared? It's x. So you're going to take x outside, and there's only going to be one x inside. Okay, let's see here. We can make this all together, right? أول شيء, this is going to be minus radical 2 times 1 is just radical 2, right? Over 2 times x is 2x, right? And then radical 5 times radical x is radical 5x. You know that you can't multiply a radical with an actual number, no. But when you multiply a radical with a radical, you can multiply them. Okay, so this is what you get. Okay. Okay, for this one, y equals root x5. أكيد to derive, guys, very, very, very easy. Root x5 is x to the power of, remember, power goes as a numerator, index goes as a denominator. It becomes 5 over 2 times, reduce exponent by 1. 5 over 2 minus 1 is not 4 over 2, it's 3 over 2. Please don't make that mistake. So you're going to get 5 radical x cubed over 2. Is this in simplest form? No, but that's the way they want it here. So you just keep it like that, okay? Question 12. What is the derivative of y equals 7? Okay. 1 times 7 is 7. Derivative, reduce exponent by 1. Through 1. What's the derivative of 7 squared? Please don't say it's 14. Please. There's no x. So you can't derive. Okay. It's a constant number. Yani 7 squared is 49. What's the derivative of 49? It's 0, guys. Constant numbers have 0 derivative. Question 14. Y equals x cubed over root x, then y prime equals what? So x cubed over root x. What's root x? It's x to the power of 1 over 2. You can immediately, since when you're dividing powers, you subtract. Like when you're dividing, you subtract powers, right? So you can get that is actually 3 over 2, it's 2.5 over 2. Okay, so you're going to get x to the power of 5 over 2. And then to derive this, 5 over 2 goes down. And you're going to get hold up. Yeah, you're going to get 5 over 2. Reduce the exponent by 1. It becomes x to the power of 3 over 2. Not 4 over 2. Don't make the mistake. And x to the power of 3 over 2 is just, remember, denominator goes as the index. And since the index is 2, you don't write it 1 square root. You don't write 2. And the numerator goes inside as the power. And here they actually want you to simplify it into simplest form. So x cubed is actually x squared times x. You have 5 over 2. You take x squared out, it becomes 5x root x over 2. Okay? 15. If, okay, what is, okay. Y equals the fourth root of x. What did we say? Always, we want to make it as a fraction. The power is a fraction. What did we say always? The numerator of the fraction is the power inside. What's the power of x inside? It's 1. And the denominator of the fraction is the index of the root. So it's 1 over 4. How do you derive this? It's going to come 1 over 4 times, or sorry, x, 1 over 4x. 1 over 4 reduce it by 1 becomes minus 3 over 4. And you know, you can't keep your power negative, so what do? We take it down. So 1 over 4 x to the power of 3 over 4. And 1 x to the power of 3 over 4, we can't keep it as a fraction. What do? We have to make it as a root. And the denominator goes out as the index, so it becomes fourth root of the numerator goes inside, so cube. Okay, always like this. Okay, if you still don't know what I'm saying, you have x to the power of 2 over 5. Okay, this is the same as the denominator goes out as the index. Okay, and then the numerator goes inside as 2. Okay. Okay. Given this, what's y prime? 1 over x cubed is the same as x to the power of minus 3, right? Remember, we can't keep it in the denominator. Derive this, minus 3 goes down. You're going to have x to the power of, reduce it by 1, becomes minus 4. Please don't make it minus 2. Minus 3 minus 1 is not minus 2. Minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4. This power, you have to make it positive. You take it down, and you get this. Okay? They put the minus outside. Doesn't matter if you put it outside or inside. Y equals x5, then what's the derivative? 5 goes down, becomes 5x. Reduces exponent 5 by 1, becomes 4. 5x to the 4. Okay, consider the curve who has this equation. The slope of the secant joining p with abscess 2 on the variable is 2 plus h, a plus h. This question. Okay. So, they said there's a slope of a secant. A secant is joined two lines. Point P, whose abscissa is 2. So P is 2 comma something. And the variable point Q, h, q, h, whatever, whose abscissa is 2 plus h. So it's 2 plus h, comma, a h plus 10. Okay. What is the value of a? So they're saying they want the slope, right? So the slope, you know that it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's find what's the y for 2, for this p here. We can just substitute 2, right? So you're gonna get 3 times 2 squared minus 2 times 2 plus 1. You're gonna get 12 minus 7. 2 squared 4. 4 times 3, 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. 8 plus... No, it's 9, sorry, not 7. 9. It's on here. Okay. Okay, so here you put the 9 here. Now we can just do y2 minus y1 equals x2 minus x1. So we're gonna get... Wait. I just realized I made a mistake. Okay, all of this was correct. But here, they didn't say that... Okay, I read it wrong. So they said the slope joining P, whose abscissa is 2, and Q, whose abscissa is 2 plus h, is AH plus 10. So AH plus 10 is the slope, not the y-coordinate of QH. Sorry. So before finding the slope, I need to find the y-coordinate of QH, and I can easily do this by just plugging in its x-coordinate into here, right? So 3, 2 plus h squared minus 2, 2 plus h plus 1. And this is easy simplification. A plus b squared is a squared plus 2ab, so 2 times 2 plus, 2 times 2 times h, which is 4h, and plus b squared, which is h squared, 4h, minus 2 times 2 is 4, minus 2 times h is minus 2h, and then just plus 1. 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 4h is 12h, 3 times h squared is 3h squared, minus 4 minus 2h, plus 1. We can simplify this, 12h minus 2h, you'll get 10h, 12 minus 4 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9, and you have 3h squared. Okay, so you're going to go back here, we're going to put the y-coordinate as 3h squared plus 10h plus 9. Very simple. Okay. Now we can do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 is 3h squared plus 10h plus 9. That's y2 minus y1, which is 9, so minus 9, over x2, which is 2 plus h, minus x1, which is 2, and you're going to get 9 minus 9 cancels, 3h squared plus 10h over 2 plus h. Did I do something wrong? Yes, I did do something wrong. How the... what am I doing? 2 minus 2 cancels, so you're going to get over h. You can factor out h. You're going to get 3h plus 10 over h. Cancel. You're going to get that the slope is 3h plus 10. They told us the slope is ah plus 10. What is a? It's 3. Using part A, deduce the gradient of the curve at P. Let me see. We said that the slope is 3h plus 10. Okay? When you get this, if she gets it like this, I remember in the AMS quiz, it was term 1, this was week 7, week 6, week 5. I think it was week 5, term 1, week 5 CA. The question that was like this, she got it, it was different, and it's any same style of question. h وما بعرف شو, but she got it in a different manner. She said as h approaches 0, whatever, then the slope approaches something. So if you want my advice, go to the term 1 week 5 CA and solve that question, because when she got it in the CA, she got it like how it was in the quiz, okay, in that exam. So maybe she might get it like that. Make sure you know how to solve it like that. It's the same exact thing. But she added an extra part and she said as h approaches 0, then the slope approaches what? La 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 la. Basically, she skipped that part and she went directly to the next part here. She said using part A, deduce the gradient of the curve at P. The gradient of the curve is as h approaches 0. Okay, so as h approaches 0, you're going to get 3 times 0 plus 10, which is 10. When you say as h approaches something, that means you just substitute that h with that something, and you're going to get 10. So the gradient is 10. Okay? And if we see gradient of the curve, it's basically just substitute your variable with 0. Okay? Okay, that's it for this quiz. Thank you so much for watching and good luck.